Hey there! In this video, we are introducing a very, very fun book that I love, The Big Leap by Gay Hendrick. And his central main premise for this book is this concept he talks about that is the upper limit. The upper limit is basically just this idea that you have a set point for your happiness and success, and if something happens in your life, something goes well to make you happier than you're normally used to being, and you go above that point, you will self-sabotage yourself in some way, often subconsciously, to bring yourself back below that point. It's like this ceiling that you can't get past, and he talks about how the way to remove that upper limit so that you can expand to your full potential, so that you can grow and you can take your life to the next level like we are meant to do, is to remove your limiting beliefs. He calls them hidden barriers, and he says that there are four main core ones, which I really like what he lists. He says the first is that you're fundamentally flawed and not worthy of expanding to your full potential. The second is that if you expand to your full potential, you'll be disloyal to people in your past and leave them behind. The third is that you'll be a bigger burden if you expand to your full potential. And the fourth is that you will make somebody feel bad by outshining them. And he basically says everybody has at least one of these as a result of things in their past, and he talks about a bunch of practical ways, which we will get into, to stop upper limiting yourself, is how he talks about it, which I love. And basically, I think there's this initial awareness of this concept. Like when you first watch these videos, you can make a whole lot of progress. You can start saying the mantra, I expand in abundant success and love every day as I inspire those around me to do the same. That's the mantra that he talks about, and like you can meditate on that. You can do some of the mindset work and really make progress on removing your upper limit and allowing yourself that room to then expand and to have that to rewire your subconscious, rewire your beliefs to say, no, I'm gonna expand to my full potential. I'm gonna live life fully. I'm not gonna accept the ceiling that I just naturally have wired into myself as a human being. My default. You don't have to live with that default. You don't have to stay in that place. So there's this initial process that you can go through, but it's also this day-to-day daily journey, and the more you do it, the stronger you grow into this new lifestyle. And he talks about being fully in your zone of genius, and then there are some things that you just don't do anymore. But he also says that to live in this place of expansion, he does say that the cost of that is continued vigilance. Like we always have to be vigilant forever to live this life, because this side of eternity, we're still in these physical bodies. They still have not evolved out of like the impulse for fear, and that fear-based mindset, day to day, you're always going to have to surrender that. Anyways, so the other thing that he talks about is the zone of excellence and the zone of genius. So he says we have four zones. The zone of incompetence, stuff you're not good at, right? Zone of competence, stuff that you are competent at, like you can do it. But he talks about how so many of us live in our zone of excellence. And there's a whole part of our life where it's an accomplishment to get to that place. And it's good. But then we grow to a certain point in maturity where he says if we stay in the zone of excellence, he says in the zone of excellence, our family and friends, people usually like us there because we are dependable and reliable, and people can depend on us. They're getting stuff from us. But he says it's good for others but not good for us. We're not being fed. He says a deep sacred part of you will die if you stay in the zone of excellence. And I think a lot of midlife crises and different kinds of things, he tells a bunch of really interesting stories in the book. When you read them, then you kind of start to see it in your life and other people's lives, and you're like, oh yeah. But anyways, he talks about how the zone of genius is where we're meant to live, but it's this scary leap from the zone of excellence to the zone of genius, thus the fish jumping, and the name of the book, The Big Leap. And basically, when you break through your upper limit, that is how you get from your zone of excellence to your zone of genius, where you are fully living your purpose. You are focusing your time and energy on using your unique abilities and yeah, just fulfilling what you are uniquely meant to do instead of something that you're pretty good at but doesn't really fulfill the desire of your soul to just act out your true unique purpose. I think that is a good introduction. I will see you in the next video.